All right, Miles, let's talk about the Chicago Bears. Look, all season long, we've done these videos on Sunday. We call them our rapid reactions, right? A team does well, they win a big game, or they take a big step or something like that. We post a video talking about it because it's very exciting. It's great energy for the team that gets that big win. The Bears, of course, did not get the big win today. They lost to the Minnesota Vikings. But because the Houston Texans found a way to beat the Indianapolis Colts, and because the Bears smartly sat basically anybody on their team that's capable of playing good football, the Chicago Bears now have the number one overall draft pick in the 2023 NFL draft. That is absolutely massive for the Bears because we don't need we can't overstate how huge this is for this Bears organization. There's so many things they'll be able to do there. And I know you got some thoughts, Mize, both on this is wild Sunday and potentially what the Bears could do. Before I hand it over to you, Bears fans, we want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you want the Bears to do with the number one overall pick now that it's locked up? Do you have a player in mind? Do you want them to trade back? What are you thinking? Is there a specific team you want to trade with to get draft capital or a certain player? Let us know what you think they should do right now with the number one overall pick in the draft in the comment section below. And while you're down there, make sure you hit subscribe so that way you get all of our Bears content sent right to you when we post it. But Miles, give me your thoughts on this just wacky ending to the season.
Yeah, Nick, it was crazy. Going back to the Texans game, kind of the first part of the equation we kind of had to get to. The Bears fans, they might love Akins or Atkins, I don't know, the tight end for the Texans, who was able to catch 2 touchdowns and the game-winning 2-point conversion. That is crazy that I don't know what the Texans are thinking or like what their motive is here to like literally throw up a Hail Mary, get the touchdown and then go for 2 to win the game. But they did, and now the Bears are in position to have the number 1 pick in the draft. And that was kind of the last week we had the video expressing that, this might be a theory of why the Bears are going to shut down Fields for the rest of the year. They're going down this way. And we kind of said that, the only guy that you want to have at the helm of this tank would be Nathan Peterman. But that was wrong. Is actually Boyle. Boyle is the guy who helped the Bears to victory today. In the sense that they get the number 1 draft pick because they did not win, but he was 2 of 8 for 33 yards and 2 picks. So that is a tank commander right there.
That's quality tank job.
They need to give him a raise, I believe. But just overall, Nick, I think this was a pretty big day for the Bears organization going forward because there's a lot that you can do with that number 1 overall draft pick. We talked about it last video, just the difference between having the second pick and having the first pick. How big do you think this is for the Bears? And what do you think some options are for this number 1 pick for the Bears?
Yeah, obviously it's huge because, of course, anyone that wants a quarterback, whether it's Texans want to make sure they get their guy and move up to number 1, or someone wants to leapfrog Houston, right? They're going to get a massive trade package. I think that's gonna happen. And of course, the Bears can just sit and wait and just let anybody, kind of field the offers, let them compete against themselves and pick whichever one's best for them. So I think that's huge. But this showed to me, right, the difference between Houston and Chicago a little bit in terms of understanding what is right for the organization and good organizational structure. The Bears, understood the assignment, right? Hey, listen, we don't want to win this game. The Texans clearly did not. And it shows that the Bears, from a top level management perspective, know what they're doing. But I do think there's something very interesting thing that we're going to have to keep some eye on. And the NFL may investigate this potentially because right now, the former Chicago Bears head coach, Levy Smith, is the head coach of the Houston Texans. Look, I'm not saying that McCaskey called up Levy Smith and said, hey, make sure you win this game. I'm not saying that, there's all kind of vibes from the Bears organization and all Levy Smith's connection to Chicago and the great state of Illinois. Hey, make sure you win this game against Indianapolis to make sure Chicago gets the number 1 pick. I'm not saying that happened, but I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
I say we have to keep an eye on because there have been some way outside accusations that potentially Levy Smith could be on the hot seat a little bit for the coaching job. If he does get fired, we 100% know he is doing this to help the Bears out. So we got to keep our eyes on that developing story. I don't think he's going to get fired because how can you blame a guy that was given the resources Levy Smith had? I'm surprised they won as many games as they did. But, just keep your eyes on that moving forward, Nick. I think that's a pretty interesting developing story.